Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy. I've been missing for a little while because of my new puppy, Biscuit, trying to get him trained and in order to be able to sit in here and work and create these journals and videos for you. So he's relaxing on his blanket that I decided I'd bring in here, and that seems to be working for the moment. So we'll see how it goes. I'm starting a new journal, and I'm going to do tutorials like I did on the last one, and then a flip through when I completely finish. This one I'm calling my Sweet Bunny Journal, and I'm using the papers primarily from My Porch Prints. The French Rabbit Journal Kit, the French Rabbit's mini books, which I've already made and showed a tutorial on those mini books, and the French Rabbit labels. And I also wanted additional ephemera, so I found a digital kit called Rabbits and Roses digital paper tags from Sweet Vintage Prints. All of those are can be ordered off of Etsy's as downloads. So I'm going to use excuse me, the same basic format that I've been using on the journals, where I select 4 papers, print them on cardstock, and also print on the back plainer pages for decorating and writing. So I'll show you what I've chosen for my 4 pages inside the journal, and I encourage you to choose your own 4, because there's approximately 8, I think, that are cover type pages to choose from. I actually have set up to do 2 journals. This is what I've chosen for the first one. This will be inside the first page, inside the signature, and I'll show you the cover in a minute, which we're going to decorate today. This is the next one. This is the next page. And this is the final page. Now these are 2-sided to make a book, so I'll show you the back sides of them. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you remember, when you cut these out, your outside page is the largest, and each time you cut the next one to go inside, cut it just a hair smaller, and do that all the way through all 4 pages, just a hair smaller than the one before. And then when you put them together and fold them, they come out even on the edge. If you don't do that, they'll stick out. So I decided to do something different on the cover than to just take one of these and decorate it. I chose a Tim Holtz paper, cardstock paper, and I don't have the cover for it anymore, so I don't know the name of it. But the idea was to have a dark background. And I just have kind of a layout here of the cover, and I'll take it apart and show you how it goes together. But I thought this would make a nice cover. It's larger than the inside pages. I will put a tie here and on the back so that it can tie on this side. So, but I wanted to show you what else I gathered for this journal so that you can see how I prepare to do a journal. I look at the papers that I have, and then I take the kit, the digital kit, and I go ahead and I cut out every single thing that there is in the kit. And that way it's at my fingertips. I can ink around it later, I can decorate it, I can round the corners, do whatever I want to, but if I have it all right there in front of me, then I can just pick and choose for each page. The other thing I did was these small labels here are from that other kit that I mentioned from Sweet Vintage Prints called Rabbits and Roses Digital Paper Tags. And they're just really small. And I've already done something with some of them that I will show you later to attach onto this journal. But these will make nice little, tiny little pieces to add in as ephemera. And then I went through my words and grabbed out some that I thought might work in this journal so that they're handy also. As you know, I have my word box that has all kinds of words in it, and I keep searching for more digitals to download and cut them out so I have lots of selections. So I have this handy for me. I pulled one of my little mini books that's got the bunnies in it. And if you didn't see the videos where I showed how to do these, go back and look, you'll find them. Probably about 10 videos back, I did the mini books. They're very easy to put together. And this will be so cute attached on here or used in some way in this journal. I also, I downloaded these, a sheet of the outside covers of these where they have the bunnies in case I wanted to cut out some and use them inside here just as the decorative page. Another thing I did was go through that old garden book that I have, and I pulled out some pages. And I will be using some ripped pages here for backgrounds and additional decoration on the pages, as you will see as we go through. I also pulled out some ribbon. This is recycled silk ribbon that I got off of Etsy, and this will be used throughout this journal and additional items too, I'm sure. So what I do is get myself all ready, and then I put everything else away, and that way I have a fairly neat surface to work from. I have these boxes of additional things here beside me that I can reach over and see if something goes with this journal. These are all my seed packets that I did. I have tags that I've made that aren't decorated yet. If something matches this, I may pull it and put it in there. So all that is beside me in these little boxes. So I wanted to show you today how I'm doing the cover and put it together for you. So let me move this out of the way and I'll pull this in. As you can see, I've got lots of layers, and I'm just going to slide those off, and then we'll start gluing things on. The first thing I'm going to do is glue down this ripped page from my garden book, and I will glue it down, and I'm gonna put a hole here and reinforce it, and then my ribbon. So I'm bringing this over close to the edge so I can punch through both pieces. So I'm gonna glue that down first. Let me get my glue stick. And I use junk mail catalogs and things that I get to do this glue stick with, because I always get it over the edge and I don't want to get it on anything important. And then I can just rip the page off and throw it away and use the next one. So there's my first layer. Now I went ahead and ripped this ahead of time, everything that I'm using, and inked it, and I inked around the edges of this Tim Holtz piece I didn't show you the whole piece. This will be the back, and this is inside. I encourage you to look at some of the Tim Holtz packages because it's something you can use in addition to what you're downloading on your digitals also. Now the next thing I want to put down is, this is seam binding, I think it's called, that my mother had from long ago. And I love this olive green, so I'm going to glue that down right there. Takes a while for that to stick with my, I use this for everything, Bearly Art glue, and I use the Scotch permanent glue stick. I ordered this in packs of 24 from Amazon, and this is what I use, and it seems to do a really good job. The next thing I'm going to lay down is this piece of lace right here. Like so. Now this is one of the digital sheets from the My Porch Prints kit, French Rabbits journal kit. And I just took it and ripped it out and inked around the edge. And I'm going to place it just like that. Where I'm gluing this on, where the lace is, I have to kind of hold it down a little bit. I can come back and reinforce it if I need to. It doesn't stick quite as quickly as when you're gluing on paper. Okay. Now the next thing I did was, this is some lace off of a slip that my girlfriend brought me that she no longer uses. It belonged to her mother, and it's hard to just throw things like that away, and she noticed the lace on there, so she brought it to me, and I cut all the lace off, and so I use it in my journals when the colors are right. So I'm going to glue that right on here, and again, it's going to take it a little while to stick, but it will stick down. I gathered it with a piece of string ahead of time so that it would already be in place as a ruffle. The next thing I have is this, and this is a yo-yo. My mother has made several beautiful yo-yo quilts and giving them to her grandchildren and her children. And I asked her one day if she had any extras that she hadn't used, and so she gave me those, and this is one of them, and I think it goes well with this kit, so it's going to go right there. It's another thing you can do when you're looking, when you're going through thrift shops and things, is any accessories that are on, fastened onto sweaters or purses or blankets or wedding dresses or anything you can buy in a thrift store, and then take things apart and use the pieces like I have here. Now, oh, there it is. I saved 2 little pieces of this ribbon. This is silk ribbon too, and to me that kind of looks like leaves, so I'm going to tuck those in here as leaves for this flower. I got glue on my fingers, so it's sticking to me. There's one. And we'll glue the other one right in here. So there's our little flower made out of an old slip and some lace and a yo-yo, a handmade yo-yo from cotton fabric. This is one of my words that I chose to use on the front, just breathe, and I'm going to put that right up here. I think we all need to do a little bit more of that, and I use the thing where I can't remember for sure the numbers, but you breathe in through your nose, count to 4, hold the breath for 7, and let it out slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. And you do this several times if you're feeling anxious or nervous or frustrated or angry, and it helps to relieve the tension in your body. And believe it or not, I use that quite often. It keeps me calm. So there's our cover. Isn't that just beautiful? I don't have anything else I'm going to show you today. We'll come back and I will begin to decorate this journal. We'll start on the inside front cover and work our way through. And I thought you might enjoy seeing how I get things together. To me, to just have, when I first started doing these, I just had stuff everywhere, and it makes it really hard to concentrate when you have too much stuff around you. So go through your stuff, figure out what you're going to use in the journal. It's okay if you have to pull something out later, additional, but kind of clear off your surface, get the tools out that you need, and use these little boxes like this, or a tray or a spot on your work table to gather all your supplies. And then you can find your way to make the journal a lot easier, and it'll be a lot less frustrating. And it doesn't keep you from being creative, because I will go now and I have no idea what I'm going to put in here. But the fun part is going through these supplies that I've pulled out, maybe some of these things that I have pulled to the side here, and start decorating my pages. And in this journal, the way I have it set up, every other page is fairly blank for writing or decorating. So these pages with lots of decorating on them already. You may want to leave them plain. You may want to put a pocket with some little tags inside. But these pages would be primarily for writing. Although you may cover it up with pockets of this and that, you're going to have flips and tags and journal cards in here for the possibility of writing in this journal, which is very important. These journals are a little bit different type than what you would use to write down your daily thoughts, but maybe someone would take this Sweet Bunny journal and start to journal about some joyful times in their life, or their new garden, or their new grandbaby. There's all things that you can put in with little snippets of ideas through a journal like this. So that's how I envision them being seen. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'll be back to decorate a few more pages for you and share with you some more surprises of things that I've come up with to put inside. So remember, every day's a gift. Create something beautiful with your life. Don't just sit and mope and worry about what's going on in the world and what your future might bring. Make your surroundings beautiful in whatever way you choose, whether it's gardening or journaling or singing or writing or painting a picture. It doesn't matter, as long as it brings you joy, and then you go share that joy with others so they can find the joy in their lives. So until next time, thank you for joining me. See you later.